y'all doing? It's good to see you. Yeah. It's one of those afternoons where I could just hang out and do this with y'all for a while. You said I could take these ashes from this shattered place held in your hand. You said if we spread them far across this barren plain, they may grow again. Both of our voices trailing out through this afternoon. Love falls in circles, we can only feel in this place before it's gone. We run sometimes to keep ourselves from falling over in the darkness around. You say close our eyes and hold each other, we can lift off this tall ground. Both of our voices trailing out through this afternoon. Love falls in circles, we can only feel in this place before it's gone. Our voices spinning out across this ashen ground. Love falls in circles, we can only feel in this place, and then it's gone. Well, hey Wednesday nighters. I had a really fun day. For those of you who were on last night, I got to hang out with a 4th grade class today and a 3rd grade class, and gosh, that was fun. Play some music, talk about being heroes in little ways during this thing that we're all living through. Tomorrow I get to hang. Let's see, the 4th grade class was from Wisconsin and the 3rd grade class was from Alabama. And tomorrow I am talking and hanging with a 5th grade class in Chicago. Pretty cool, man. On the list of things in my life that would not be happening without this crisis that we're all living through. but don't forsake me. Pick me up, but please don't break me. The leaves, they blow like ashes, and our lives, they burn like flashes. I may never flow and mystify, and I won't glow like a burnt Montana sky, but I will try. Stub my toe on a sandy beach. I see things out of reach. Sometimes I crawl and cram. I always will be where I am. And I move through the cherry rhubarb pie. I won't grow like a burnt Montana sky, but I will try. Build it up on sacred ground. Here I go, here I go. I'm gonna build it up on sacred ground. Here I go, here I go. Sometimes when I turn the station, to my elation. Sometimes when I stay put, things turn out just as good. And I may never grow to catch your eye. I won't grow like a burnt Montana sky, but I will. Try. I will try. Yeah. I will. I will. I will. Oh, I knocked my guitar all kinds out of tune on that. Oh, sometimes it's just nice to bang on something, you know? Unfortunately, and I've actually been thinking about a little bit about the roots of my music and music. In some ways, because I got to talk a little bit about music with the little critters that I was hanging with in the classrooms, you know, and I played drums before I played guitar. I was not a good drummer, but man, was that fun. I love it, man. I love that, and I love just the release. As you all who know me know, right? That's in some ways the best thing about music, and the best thing about singing, the release, right? I'll show you what I did today in between classroom chats and emails and calls and all the kind of stuff that I have to do to kind of try and keep my little business on life support during this time. I'm not touring. By the way, plans continue to happen and unfold for the summer, and all of them make me happy and excited. And I'm excited to start telling you about it. But I told you that I knocked down an old outhouse structure, right, from like 1950 that was on this little pile of rocks, and it has all this wood, and this thing happens with wood out here in the desert. It's not like, so I grew up in New England, right? So you leave unpainted wood out, and eventually it rots away or whatever. But the wood out here in the desert gets really like dry and baked, and it has this like kind of vibe to it. Doesn't mean, it gets pretty brittle. So, but I've been building stuff with it, right? I told you I built a couple signs for our place, which I'm excited about. I'll show you when they're done. But today, so just so you know, like I have been playing, and every night when I play, I sit on this stump, right? Hold on a second. I'm going to show you the stump. There's the stump back there. That's the stump. So I play and I sit on that stump. And then every time I play in a different place, I got to move the damn stump. And so I made a bench that I am currently sitting on. Ta-da! Look at my little bench that I made. Woo! That was my project for today. I am not a carpenter. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't have any tools really. I borrowed a chop saw from my buddy John down the road, and I got a hammer, and I got a drill that Allie bought the first week that she was out here, and that's about it. But it's creative for me. It's like it feels a little bit the same way as it feels when creating songs. And tonight I've been, kind of thinking about that, right? Because I wanted to share the first song I ever wrote with you all. We'll get there. Not ready for it yet. Let me warm up a little. All right. Sorry about that. Some of my guitars, my beat up old guitars, kind of like the wood from that old outhouse, right? They're getting pretty brittle and harder to play over time, and I don't want to give them up because I love them. Every little scratch and every little dent is like earned, And it feels good sitting with an instrument that you have this kind of history with and miles with, and I don't want to give them up. Becky, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, get up off my knees, realize in my head that it was never meant to be for you and me. Becky, I'm gonna turn around this time, grow up in my mind, gather up all the courage I can find, leave you behind. 'Cause a boy can't understand love, and you see I trying hard as I can. Now's my time to be a man. Becky, you were right from the start. Never knew your heart. Living in my head, playing games with art, games with art. 'Cause a boy can't understand love, and you see I've never grown up, but I'll be here trying hard as I can. Now's my time to be a man. Ha! Ashes, ashes, we will fall down. 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 Can't stand love when you say I've never grown up. But I'll be trying hard as I can. It's my time to woo! Trying hard as I can. 'Cause now's my time to be a man. Get now. Haven't shared that one too much at the gatherings yet. Any of these songs so far. Maybe any of these songs tonight. I was looking at Supergirl's chart. Songs played. Songs only played a few times. And I was surprised about this next one, that it has not been played more. To write this song with my friend John Oates. It's funny too because I'm just thinking a lot about because I had to revisit this song, my first song that I ever wrote. I was 16 years old, right? And if to think that song would be played in a concert that I would ever get to write with a guy like John Oates, right? And it's just, there's a lot about the journey that is surreal to me. Here we are at one road's end, you and me hand in hand, filled with doubt from where we've been. Didn't turn out like we planned. All I am is the ground below the stars. All I am is a story in these scars. The best that do shit the same. Me and that's all I am. No map to follow, no friends' advice. Folks don't get it, it ain't their life. It's up to us, this choice we made. Hold together or will we break? All I am is the ground below the stars. All I am is a story in these scars. Stated to shift the same. In the end, that's all I am. You and I on the darkening skies. I can't be the man you thought I'd be. I'll keep walking if you walk with me. Walk with me. All I am is the ground below the stars. All I am is a story in its scars. It's the best that do shifty sand. In the end, that's all I am. Stepping steady through shifting sand. In the end, that's all I am. All I am. All I am. Okay. I was talking with my buddy Rhett earlier, and he was saying that he really thinks that the piano suits me as a writer and as an artist, which is cool. And going back to this kind of just theme of learning and figuring things out and the roots of my music and how I started, it's cool for me to experience the piano, the keyboard, because I don't quite understand how it works. And just like when I started the guitar and I started writing on guitar, I only knew a couple things, and I would create songs out of the couple things that I had kind of figured out. And I would teach myself how to play guitar by challenging myself with more complicated songs. Not that any of my songs are very complicated, right? And so it's kind of really interesting for me so many years later playing on a new instrument and experiencing that journey a little bit again. Now I only know three songs on the piano that like I could perform for you, but I have it out here, and I love where it's just sitting, and I love, so I'm going to work on some more songs that I can play for you, but I'm going to, if it's all right, I played this just the other night, but I want to play it for you all again. It was originally, when I wrote it, it was called Magic Sky, and I don't know what it's going to be called now because I took out the line Magic Sky, so we got problems. We got major problems. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, let me shift the camera, and we'll do a piano song. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Trying a different sound out. Could have been something lit on fire. Could have had love. Could have held lightning under your gloves. Don't it all slip by? Could have held oceans right in your hand. Man, you could ride, it could have turned endless, lifting the tides. Don't it all slip by? If you never try, but you still have time to start again, stronger than you've ever been. You still have me, you never knew. All this time I still believe in you. You could be summer, fly like the rain. You could drive fast, glide like a bullet, feeling no pain. Don't it all slip by? You could be a healer, maybe it's fate. You could be all of our heroes, come to our rescue. You could be great. Don't it all slip by? If you never try, but you still have time to start again, stronger than you've ever been. You still have me, you never knew. All this time I still believe in you. So start tonight. Come on, come on. Whoa. 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 You still have time to start again, stronger than you've ever been. You still have was more intense than I expected it to be. Okay. How's everybody doing? Okay. Well, I've been talking about it enough. I should bite the bullet and play this song for you. So, 16 years old. I was in a band. I was a drummer in the band. And, my guitar player's still a good friend of mine today. A guy named Mike Morato. God. I love Mike, man. And we would sneak out of the house with a couple guitars. And we would meet each other in the woods. The town that I was in had a lot of woods all around it, and so as soon as we snuck out, and it was always a procedure to sneak out. For me, not that I think it was more that I don't even think it was more the fun of sneaking out. We weren't doing anything too bad, but I was on the second story and there was like a tree, and so I would kind of hop out my window. I'd climb down with the guitar and meet Mike in the woods, and I learned a couple chords on this guitar, not this guitar, and when you start playing guitar too, oftentimes it helps just as a crutch to, right? You're trying to figure out where to place your fingers on this side of the guitar to make chords. And it's hard to concentrate on this hand that's doing something completely different, right? And so at the very least, when you're starting off, right, like you can try and do this regular, and then and I remember the first pattern that my mom taught me with this hand, and it was like down, down, up, up, down, up. If you're making like a beat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you strum the strings, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, right? And so I remember I used that pattern and I put all of the chords that I knew into a song. It was the first song that I ever wrote, and that was the beginning of my process of teaching myself how to play the guitar through writing songs. One of the third graders from Alabama today asked me if I practiced a lot, and I had a hard time answering that because I said, yeah, I do practice a lot, but I've worked very hard to over the years disguise practice for me, so it doesn't feel like practice. Practice for me is playing and writing songs and working on those songs, right? And so it feels fun. It feels like a game. It doesn't feel like something that I have to like roll up my sleeves and do. And I know for a lot of people, practicing is a joyful thing. It was just for me, it always, it felt like a little bit like homework, and some people like homework too. I wasn't one of those people. We've talked about spirituality a little bit over the course of the gathering, and it's very funny. But and I've said this before, and I didn't understand it at the time. But when I play music and I connect to music through people, or connect to people through music, that's when I feel as close to the spirit or God or whatever there may be. And I'm a pretty steadfast agnostic, meaning that I know that I don't understand more than I do understand, right? And but I do feel something. And when I would go out to the woods with Mike Murato, and we would play guitar, and I would learn how to switch chords fast enough so that he could do solos while I would change chords. And I would sing. I began singing, and I felt spirituality maybe for the first time in my life, right? And so this first song, weirdly enough, kind of, ooh, did you see that bird behind me? There was a bird that came right through the screen. We have some golden eagles right in this canyon. But so this first song that I ever wrote, oddly enough, is almost, it feels like a prayer. I mean, it is a prayer. The song is a prayer in a lot of ways, and I don't know why I wrote it, and I know when I wrote it, I was confused about why I was writing it, but it came out, and that was the first. Anyways, this is called Iron, and it started off. Right, down, down, up, down, up. But I feel like, right, I can kind of express the song a little bit more on guitar now than I could, obviously, when I was just learning back then. So I may deviate from the original guitar pattern. Sorry I'm tuning so much tonight. Lord, protect me from the fire. Lord, stand by me far from home. Step by step, I make it closer every day. Lord, protect me when I'm gone. Protect me when I'm gone. I've known you, it seems forever, yeah. You've always shown me right from wrong. If I had one wish I could bestow on you, would you make my will be strong? Make my will be strong. Fire through the gate, and there are monsters in this bed. And if I close my eyes for one more bit of rest, will you be there when I wake? Lord, protect me from the fire, yeah. Lord, stand by me far from home. Step by step, I make it closer every day. Lord, protect me when I'm gone. Protect me when I'm um, yeah. For those of you who might be first timers, I feel the need to say that the this format of sharing, right? That is not a song I would normally. And look, I know there are 600 of you hanging out, right? But for one reason or another, that's not really a song I would normally. I would choose to play on a stage. I wrote it when I was 16. I was not done baking. I'm still not done baking, probably, right? But 68, 69 shows in. Part of the mission for me is to share with you all as honestly as I can, and sometimes that sharing is not always the stuff that I'm super proud of or I'm super excited about, and not bad for a little Pearl Jam, Zeppelin listening 16-year-old trying to figure out some chords, figure out what he felt about spirituality, wrapping it all up into a 3.5-minute song, right? Wish I knew, wish it could be right, but we have got one more night till you're moving up and I'm moving on, and all we make will all be gone. Come on, take me in. All we have is here. Come on, call my name. I know you want to. I know you feel the pull. I know you need control. We will let it go tonight. We'll keep holding on to a sun-filled sky. Colder days coming, say goodbye. We'll keep holding on. We'll keep holding on. Tomorrow will come. We will be gone. We both know it will be done. You'll shake it all. I will hold it down tight. Every hour farther from tonight. Come on, take me in. All we have is here. Come on, call my name. I know you're born to. 'Cause right now we've got not a lot of time to feel it all. Then we'll be holding on to a sun-filled sky. Colder days coming, say goodbye. We'll keep holding I'll miss the sun shining. I know that you'll find it. I'll miss the sun shining. We will be fine. Then we'll keep holding on to the sun-filled sky. Oh, the day's coming, say goodbye. We'll keep holding on to the sun-filled sky. Oh, the day's coming, say goodbye. We'll keep holding on. We'll keep holding on. We'll keep holding on. We'll keep holding on. It's hump day. Rest of the week's downhill. It's nice to be sharing a little time with you all. I mean, it's just me and this stupid little guitar. Can you believe almost 70 shows in, there's almost 600 of you still hanging out? I feel honored and grateful. That hasn't gone away since the very first week we started doing this thing. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us all you see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the time that we had. For these moments pass lightly, won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly, right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to those who are with us. Here is to us, and all that we see is to our hearts, and the air that we breathe is to around in good company. Here's to the future, here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow, let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as if this night is ours. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Thanks to our fiddle player, Karina, for chaperoning and as Adam Ezra group tonight. And thanks to our rally sound people. Thanks to the folks at Well Told for supporting what we do. Thanks to you regular gatherers for coming by every night and hanging. And thanks to those of you who are showing up for the first time tonight. It's funny, right? I feel like this gathering series, it's kind of like the opposite of what happens when you get into your car, at least in Boston, right? Suddenly you're in your car and everybody outside of the windshield is the enemy, and people are honking and they're nasty and they're yelling. I feel like that can bring out the worst in so many of us. Me too. And I know social media can sometimes also be that way. And I'm so grateful and happy and proud that I feel like this place, that this time that we share every night, is like kind of the opposite of that. Thanks for treating each other so well. Thanks for treating me so well. Please be safe. Look out for one another. And I will see you tomorrow night.